We're going to do a digital SAT math practice test. The topic is algebra, and this is an advanced level test. So let's take a look and see what we've got. Which of the following could represent the graph of the equation 3y minus 7 equals 0? Well, the only solution to that for y would be 7/3. So y can't have any value other than 7/3. So it's just going to be a horizontal line. Y equals 7/3. And the only thing that looks like that is this one right here, C. The beginning of January 2002, the price of ground beef was $1.70 per pound. The price of tuna fish was $2.20 per pound. For the following 15 months, the price of ground beef increased at the rate of 3 cents a month. The price of tuna fish decreased at 2 cents per month. In approximately how many months after the beginning of January 2002 was the price of ground beef and tuna fish the same, and what was the price? All right, so we are allowed to use a calculator on this one. Let's scoot it over a little bit so we'll be able to see the calculator. All right, so first is ground beef. Ground beef is 170 and it goes up at 3 cents a month. So we've got y equals 170 plus 0.03x. A line like that going up. All right, now that's the ground beef, right? Now the tuna fish is did I get that right? 0.03? Yes. The tuna fish is $2.20, but it's going down at 2 cents a month. All right. So let's draw another line. Y equals 2.20 minus 0.02x. And where do they intersect? Right there. Oh, well, that's nice. It even shows the point. 10 and 2. So it's 10 months and $2. Is that an option? 10 months and $2. Okay. Which of the following best describes the solutions to the inequality shown? Well, if we divide both sides by -11, we'll get x on the left and we'll get 3 on the right. But if you divide by a negative number in an inequality, you have to flip the inequality sign. So what we're going to get is x is less than or equal to 3, right here. What is all this? Okay. The owner of a health food store is developing a new product that consists of peanuts and raisins. Raisins cost $2.50 a pound. Peanuts cost $3.50 a pound. The owner wants to create 20 pounds of the product that cost $3.03 per pound. Which of the following systems of equations can be used to determine the number of pounds of peanuts and the number of pounds of raisins that should be combined. All right, so for A, we have P minus R equals 20. That's not right. P plus R needs to equal 20. So actually, we can eliminate A and C because of P minus R equals 20. We can eliminate the D because there's no way that 350 P plus 250 R is going to equal $3.03. So the only answer that makes sense is B. In which of the following does the shaded region represent the solution set in the xy plane to the system of inequalities? All right. Well, let's think of these as linear equations first, and just substitute for the inequality signs. Let's just substitute an equal sign. So let's say we have 3x equals y minus 3. We can put that into a standard linear format like y equals 3x minus 3. So that line, and looking at the answers here, all the lines are the same, so we don't have to worry about that. But the 3x minus 3 line is the line that slopes upward and to the right. That's the 3x. That is the 3x minus 3 line. All right, now put the inequality back in. I want to say 3x minus 3, or let's say it the other way. Y is greater than or equal to 3x minus 3. That's a line. So all the y values have to be above the line because they are greater than the equation of the line. So the shaded region has to be above that line, the line that slopes upward and to the right. That's not the case in A. So A is out. B, I don't know why B is selected there. B, it is the case in B. It is also the case in C, and it is not the case in D. Oh, I see. It just highlights whatever I'm pointing at. Okay. So B and C are still alive. Let's do the next one. Again, let's convert it to a linear equation, and we'll say subtract the 2x from both sides. Y equals negative 2x minus 2. That's the other line. The line that slopes down and to the right. Now let's put back in the inequality. So y is greater than or equal to negative 2x minus 2. So again, we have to shade in above the line. B is good. It's shaded above the line. C is shaded below the line. So that isn't going to work. The only answer that is going to work here is B. A bottle weighs 50 grams, holds up to 2 liters of liquid. A chemist is filling the bottle with X grams of liquid ethanol and Y grams of liquid water. Ethanol has a density of 789 grams per liter. Water has a density of 1,000 grams per liter. The chemist wants the mass of the filled bottle to be less than 1,800 grams, 1,800 grams. Which of the following systems of inequalities best models the situation described? Okay, well, 18, a mass of the filled bottle. So we've got to take into account the bottle, which weighs 50 grams. So then the liquid, we can go up to 1,750 grams. So that means C and D are out. X and Y are still in. But there's no way that 789 times X plus 1,000 Y is going to be less than or equal to 2. So what we need is we need to divide them. Divide the X. The X is the ethanol, right? Okay, divide the X by 789 and divide the Y by 1,000, and B would be the only one that works here. All right, do they give us a calculator on this one? Yes. Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, that is probably the easiest way to do it. Let me move this over. What is the equation again? First one is 1 point. Well, Desmos only recognizes X and Y, so it would be 1.70X, 1.7X minus 0.34Y equals 0. And there is the line. All right, we can do another line. Where am I going here? 0.17 times Q, well not Q, so Q is actually going to be Y. 0.17 Y plus 1. 0.17 Y plus 1 minus 0.85 X minus 1. 0.85 X minus 1 equals 0. They look parallel. If we wanted to look a little bit closer, it looks like, for example, the X value here is 0, and over here, well, we've got what? 1.2. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's a half. So it's 1.2. So these are 1.2 units apart throughout, right? It's 1.2, and it's going to go over here. I mean, another way to do it, if you wanted to be sure, I mean, you can scroll this down, but as you scroll it down, it becomes less and less obvious whether or not they actually intersect. But you can do a slope. So the slope on this, the slope on the first one is going to be, let's see, that's X and Y, so subtract negative 1. 170, 1.7 divided by 0.34, which is 5. And actually that is the slope of the lines, right? Can we zoom this out a little bit? That is the slope of the lines. Okay. And then the second one down here, there's going to be some, we already know that they're not the same line, but we're going to have, now see, this would be X. So, is that right? No, this is X. So the 8.5 goes over here, 0.85, and then we divide it by 17, which is also 5. same slope. So they are parallel, and they have no solution. All right. Is this a trick question? Because it looks too easy. So we want volts to go up by 1. And we're going to add d over 3. So doesn't d have to be 3? 3 over 3 is 1. I don't know. Let's try it. Okay. Okay. All these guys want to mix things, and then I'm supposed to figure out how much they got to mix. All right. Well, he's got 8 pounds of pecans, and that is 14. He got 8 pounds of pecans at 14 cents a pound. So that is 80 plus 32, so 112. 112. And he needs to add some number of pounds of cashews. And the cashews go at 10 cents a pound. So let's say plus 10 C. All right? So that is the total cost, but we need to figure out the cost per pound. How many pounds do we have? Well, we got 8 pounds of pecans, and we've got C pounds of cashews. So we've got to divide the total cost by 8 plus C. And that needs to equal 12.50 or 12.5 since I'm running out of space. All right. I have a lot of space left here. But let's cross multiply this and see what we get. We're going to get 112 plus 10C. 112 plus 10C equals 12.5 times 8 is 80. 96 for 100. 100 plus 12.5 C. All right, let's get all of let's group let's put the integers on one side and the C coefficients on the other side. So subtracting 100 from both sides, we're going to get 112. And subtracting 10C from both sides, we're going to get, oh, I'm sorry, not 112. You know what? Let me just erase it. Not 112. 12 equals 2.5 C. And so to solve for C, we're going to divide 12 by 2.5. All right. Let me, all right, 12 divided by 2.5. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to go over here. Oh, I got to move this. 12 divided by 2.5. I think it's like 2.8, 4.8. I don't know. 12 divided by 2.5, 4.8. 4.8. All right. Well, if we set up those equations correctly, then the answer is 4.8. Okay. Move this back. What happened? All right. A commercial airplane that is 1,500 miles into a 2,500 mile journey is traveling at 450 knots in still air. When it picks up a tailwind of 150 knots in the same direction, if H is the number of hours remaining in the airplane's flight, we got to do with knots. Okay. Which of the following equations best describes the situation? All right, so I think what we need to know here is the plane is traveling at 450 knots, picks up a tailwind of 150 knots. So now, let's say it's traveling at 600 knots. So how long does it take at a speed of 600 knots to go 1,000 miles? Because the journey's 2,500 miles, 1,500 miles are already gone. Now, the only way to do that is to convert knots to miles per hour. So we're doing everything in miles. All right, so they gave us the formula there. It's 6, okay, so it's 1.15. So it's 600 times 1.15. All right. 600 times 1.15 is 690. All right. That. So we've got 1,500. The 600 doesn't help because that's in knots, and then subtracting 690 something from 1,500 is definitely not going to get us to 2,500. So yeah, 1,500 plus 690 miles per hour. How many hours is it going to take to get to 2,500? We got to go A. All right. That's it. Advanced Algebra 10 out of 10 for the digital SAT. I hope you liked it. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and see you next time.